Yes.
Okay. Success with Less Stress by Connor Wall.
Alyssa Sanchez.
Sydney Armstrong.
And Rebecca Matejek.
A very overlooked problem in our society today is the stress that college students face on a day-to-day basis. It is a very serious problem and it must be addressed. First, being a student, they're held to a very high standard and are expected to be able to memorize a large amount of information and learn many concepts on top of dealing with world problems. In a in a Gallup poll, they surveyed more than 2,400 college students in March of 2023. 66% of reported experiencing stress, 51% reported feeling worry during a lot of the day. The increase in responsibility leads to students feeling extremely overwhelmed. For many college students, this is the first time they've lived on their own, trying to manage their life away from their parents. Dealing with this can create many mental health problems such as anxiety and depression. Dealing with these issues can lead to lack of sleep, which takes a much bigger toll on your general performance as a student and can even take a toll on your physical health. According to a 2022 CDC report, over 60% of college students have poor quality of sleep. Having sleep deficiency is linked to many health issues such as heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes or stroke. Last year, moving to College Station, I was extremely excited to finally be able to live on my own. After I moved in and my parents had left, I became very stressed when I realized I had how much stuff my parents helped me on a day-to-day basis. I had to learn how to cook, learn to be disciplined on going to class without my mom telling me to. There was a culture shock being in a new environment. I had to learn how to manage money and handle school on top of that. As the year went on, I began to make friends and get to know many people, and I learned everyone had a similar problem that I did. Making these changes was definitely one of the best decisions I made in my life because I learned how to handle stress throughout my life.
When trying to come up with a solution for stress, there are many different things that we looked at. I want to point to a statistic first, but according to the American Institute of Stress, stress is ranked in the top 4 primary mental health issues among college students, according to the American Institute of Stress. There's a lot of ways as students we can combat stress, having organized time for academics and social activities, making use out of a university's mental and physical health resources, getting adequate sleep, which is something that I definitely struggle with, and meeting with professors and gathering resources in order to improve academic performance are all ways that we can bring stress down to its bare bones and have it not be like our biggest worry in day-to-day life. College is supposed to be a very fun time, but it can be something that's really, really stressful. And I remember my first time in a math class finally sympathizing with people who decided to drop out of college. I never used to get it, but sitting in a class in the back where I couldn't understand my professor, I didn't know what I was learning, really made me sympathize with people who I wasn't able to before. So stress is a really common factor when it comes to being able to understand college students.
The best solutions to reduce stress are effective time management, set good and realistic goals, always try to have a positive mindset, don't overwork yourself and know when to take a break, journal your thoughts when feeling overwhelmed, and lastly, just breathe. In the pursuit of academic success, effective time is important. Utilizing organizational things such as planners and consistently reviewing and adjusting schedules. Associated with this, the establishment of realistic goals is most important, making the definition of clear short-term and long-term objectives and acknowledging accomplishments along the journey. A positive mindset plays an important role encouraging an improved perspective that emphasizes control over achievable aspects and encourages the growth of a supportive and positive environment. At the same time, the prevention of burnout involves steering clear of excessive workloads, setting well-defined boundaries, and actively recognizing indicators of fatigue and stress. Intertwined with these strategies is the incorporation of regular breaks for rejuvenation. Drawing on the wisdom of Leroux in 2006-2007, the advice she gave was to slow down and redirect attention to areas of tension in the body, particularly when feeling rushed or experiencing tightness in the shoulders, serves as a valuable reminder to prioritize self-awareness and well-being. This comprehensive approach ensures a balanced and sustainable direction towards academic excellence while giving due regard to mental and physical health.
Okay, so let's be reminded of the solutions that we're going to evaluate. Effective time management, setting good and realistic goals, always try to have a positive mindset, don't overwork yourself, know when to take a break, journal your thoughts when feeling overwhelmed. Lastly, just remember to breathe. Some of the criteria we use to evaluate the solutions is in an article called Effectiveness of Coping Strategies for Victims of Cyberbullying, where they discuss different strategies to combat cyberbullying. They evaluated these strategies by discussing their effectiveness and feasibility. The next criteria we can use to evaluate these solutions is the 5-step evaluation process. The article, Its Education Asia article, Evaluating the Solution discusses, which divides the evaluation process into 5 main steps. The first step is defining the ideal solution. So some questions we have to ask ourselves about this is, what are the results we want to require? What are the benefits desired? Are there any obstacles or causes that need addressing? Is the solution be acceptable to the relevant risk? The next step that we have to do is eliminating options that do not meet the criteria. The third step is reevaluating the leftover solutions. The fourth step is going to be assessing the risk. So, do the risk for the solution outweigh the benefits? And the last step of the decision-making or evaluation process is making the decision and seeing if the solution fits all the criteria that we have set.
When it comes to implementing a solution and applying an application, our group thought best that we were able to make an umbrella term that, combats a lot of our other issues and a lot of our other solutions. So our umbrella term is to not overwork ourselves and to take breaks when we can. So we're going to talk about this. A really easy resource that we can use are calendars, both online and planners in person. We are able to block out all of our time for academics and social gatherings so that we're able to see all the time that we have and thus reduce our stress as much as we can. It's an easy way for you to share with other people so that they know that they aren't overwhelming you, and also being able to schedule your own breaks and honoring the time that you are spending on academics and social gatherings, as well as the time that you're spending on yourself. It's a really easy way to combat stress and therefore make your life just a whole lot easier. So thank you very much. Here are our citations. And again, we are success with less stress. Thank you.